What Ryan Reynolds forced his daughter to do on Deadpool is one of the most abhorrent things I have ever heard.
A line Ryan Reynolds wanted his 7-year-old daughter to say in Deadpool. They had all this scene with a lot of Deadpools in which one of them, in fact, was like a parody of Justin Baldoni way. There was this child Deadpool that had this line. Is when I want your opinion, I will take my cucumber out of you.
If I told you that according to this Deadpool script, the disgusting lines Kid Pool said that's going viral was the best option available. And I know you're wondering, Elsie, what the fuck does that even mean? It's either Kid Pool says, or she says, hey, when we want your opinion, I'll take my panini out of your mouth.
You have to understand that the actor, the girl acting, is Ryan Reynolds' daughter.
Ryan Reynolds, celebrated for his wit, sarcasm, and playful personality, is now facing significant backlash for something much more serious than his usual jokes. The controversy arose when it was revealed that his 7-year-old daughter, Inez, was involved in recording a line for his upcoming film Deadpool and Wolverine. But this wasn't just any line, it was a crude and explicit joke that left many questioning his judgment as a parent. Reynolds openly shared that Inez hesitated at first, but instead of respecting her discomfort, he jokingly mentioned she would be replaced, pushing her to go along with it.
Ryan Reynolds and Sean Levy break down Deadpool corpse battle. They are so comfortable with this abuse, and they know they won't be held accountable. They know Disney will not hold accountable for anything, and they actually find it funny. It's laughable to a little 7-year-old girl.
Both our mothers and honor our homeland.
And that he would have low bone density.
Deadpool Prime here.
Poor guy.
Our fight isn't with...
When I want your opinion, your mouth.
Guiltily, that is my daughter, Inez.
I'm so sorry we have to admit.
I am Father of the Year over here for allowing her to say such language, which, to her credit, she really didn't want to say, and then came back later and said, I want to say it now, when I started looking at other players.
Yeah, but Ryan, to our discredit, we made Nezzy do, I'm not shitting you, 70 to 500 versions of that line.
Yeah, I'm going to pay for that later.
Lively there as Lady Pool, Lady Deadpool.
McConaughey as Cowboy Pool.
McConaughey showing up like a
what a dreamboat that guy is. What a movie star and classic and amazing way.
Nathan Fillion.
It's crazy. I didn't realize Matthew McConaughey was involved in.
Now, fans and critics are calling him out for involving a child in something so inappropriate. While some dismiss it as another playful joke, others see it as a much deeper issue that Hollywood has overlooked for far too long. The outrage continues to grow, with many asking, where should the line be drawn when it comes to children in entertainment?
Recent developments, not only from the Justin Baldoni law, but those things that are being unearthed precisely on that clips from Deadpool and Wolverine are, well, nothing short of disturbing. I'm going to just right into the details, and we have this.
Inez is a girl. Inez is 7 years old. Inez is a child. Inez is your child. Why would you write a line that says your child will take her panini out of your mouth? She doesn't even have a panini, number one. Number two, that's a child, your child, and you coached her to say this? And then you were like,
Yeah, you want what is going on in that house, how each other, how they talk to each other, and don't tell me, oh, maybe they are so happy, this is all for a show. No. I know my stuff. When you see people pushing for this kind of stuff on screen, it's like to see how much they can get away with, and believe me, there's a lot more.
The controversy began when Deadpool and Wolverine director Sean Levy shared some behind-the-scenes details. Reynolds shocked everyone by revealing that his 7-year-old daughter voiced a character in the film. While this might not have been an issue initially, the real concern came with the line Inez was made to say. In one of the film's explicit moments, a masked character delivers a vulgar line, "Hey, when I want your opinion, I'll take Wolverine's D** out of your mouth."
Show you this. I don't think there will be any doubt in your mind that he is a predator, a bully, a narcissist, a psychopath, and everything else that you can think of, because it is that gross. Years old at the time. Now, I'll show you one thing he said about her. Only co-star I argued with. Most people think Kid Pool is the dirtiest. Who thinks that your daughter, your 7-year-old daughter, is the dirtiest out of the Deadpool movie, out of all the homophobic, disgusting, in my opinion, sexually predatory lines, filming, everything about this movie is disgusting, especially when you peel back the layers and see what they were doing behind the scenes. And if you actually dissect the lines, they are catastrophically gross. But who thinks that your daughter is the dirtiest? Your daughter Inez. Why put that out there about your child? She's also pretty good at back talk and never taking out the trash. So just like he does with Blake Lively, he's always denigrating his wife. He's always seen another man, especially Hugh Jackman, who he seems to have a deep love and fondness and intimacy with, which in the Deadpool movie is constant gay jokes, constant jokes about essentially raping Wolverine and violating him. It is nonstop because Deadpool is supposed to be pansexual. So he's attracted, in their words, to anything that moves. This is what is said about Deadpool. Anything.
Yes, a child was made to say this. Once this detail hit the public, social media erupted in shock. Many were stunned that Reynolds, a father of 4, would allow his young daughter to participate in such an inappropriate act. The backlash was swift, with accusations of poor judgment, both as an actor and as a parent. To make things worse, Reynolds admitted that Inez initially refused to say the line. Instead of respecting her hesitation, he joked that she would be replaced, leading her to eventually comply. This raised serious concerns for many. When a child says no, that should have been the end of the conversation, yet she was reportedly made to repeat the line up to 500 times. Fans quickly took to social media, expressing their dismay. One Twitter user wrote, "Ryan Reynolds really had his 7-year-old say that line. This is beyond disturbing." Another added, "There's nothing funny about making a child say something she was uncomfortable with." Others pointed out the hypocrisy of Reynolds and his wife, Blake Lively, who have been vocal about protecting their children's privacy. They have previously criticized the media for photographing their kids without consent, yet Reynolds allowed his daughter to be part of an R-rated film's crude joke, which many saw as contradictory. Even die-hard Deadpool fans struggled to defend him this time. While the movie is R-rated and intended for adult audiences, there's no justification for making a child voice such a crude line. One fan commented, "There were so many ways to make that joke work without a kid saying it." This was a conscious decision, and a bad one. This situation has also reignited discussions about how Hollywood treats child actors. The industry has long been criticized for placing children in inappropriate situations under the guise of acting. From casting young actors in mature roles to having them say things they don't fully understand, there's a troubling history of crossing ethical boundaries. Now, Ryan Reynolds, who has built his career on being a fun-loving, family-oriented actor, is at the center of that conversation. She's 7 years old. Sean Levy's casual mention of the multiple takes adds another layer of concern. If Inez had to repeat the lines so many times, it wasn't just a one-time mistake, it was something they actively worked to perfect. This has led many to question why no one on set stepped in to stop this. Did no one consider whether this was okay? Reynolds' response to the backlash only fueled the outrage. Instead of addressing the criticism seriously, he tried to laugh it off, joking that he'd pay for it later when Inez grew up. But to many, this was no laughing matter. Critics saw this as another example of Hollywood trivializing serious issues involving children in the industry. Meanwhile, Blake Lively has remained silent. Given her history of speaking out about protecting their children's privacy, her lack of response has been noticeable. Some believe she wasn't fully aware of the situation until the backlash began, while others think she's deliberately avoiding the topic to prevent further controversy. Regardless, her silence has raised questions about where she stands on the issue. At the heart of this controversy is a fundamental question. Where do we draw the line? Is it acceptable for a child to be part of an adult joke if they don't fully understand it? Should a parent's approval override common sense? And at what point does Hollywood stop using children for shock value and start prioritizing their well-being? Ryan Reynolds had the opportunity to make a different choice. He could have scrapped the joke, used an adult voice actor, or respected his daughter's hesitation. Instead, he went through with it, and now he's facing the consequences. The bigger question is, will he learn from this experience, or will he continue to treat it as just another joke?